My number one focus and the staff focus is the boys, is the players. That we make sure that they're okay. I appreciate Trev and administration for showing faith in me to lead the program. This is about Nebraska football. It's bigger than me, than anyone else. And I want y'all to understand that. It's bigger than me than anyone else. I want to thank the fans for continuing to support us and to ride with us and to stay with us through thick and thin. They've done that. I want you to know this is a great opportunity for me and my family. We understand that. We're here to represent the University of Nebraska to the fullest.
We are back, Husker fans, with another episode of Generation Red, a kettle corn of Husker fan podcasts. Because, we might be sweet most of the time, but sometimes we're going to get a little bit salty. And I think Nebraska just hired a fairly salty interim head coach in former quarterback Mickey Joseph. You just saw him a few seconds ago in his introductory comments at his press conference this morning. And, it was about 11:30 this morning. I missed it. I happened to catch it an hour or so later. Some incredible statements that he made throughout the conference. We're going to share some of those with you tonight. I am your host, Ken.
And I am the other one, known as Scott.
Yeah, the other host, Scott. That's right. This has been an interesting day. Seeing Mickey take the podium as an interim head coach was a little different than watching him sit around a round table with a bunch of reporters when he was first introduced as the associate head coach / wide receivers coach / passing game coordinator. A lot of damn titles. And was a lot of responsibility. And clearly he had been living up to those responsibilities because Trev felt more confident to put Mickey in charge than somebody like Mark Whipple, who's been a head coach multiple places in college football. So Mickey made his statement for his role as the head coach going through the rest of the season. Tonight, we will be looking back at some of the comments he made during his press conference, and we will also take a look at the OU game coming up on Saturday, or as I like to call it, Mickey's Revenge from the Sidelines, because most of us Husker fans know that the reason he doesn't play football anymore is thanks to OU and a cheap shot shove into the bench in his senior season against Oklahoma that day. So I doubt he's ever going to mention it, at least not publicly, other than his introductory conference where he kind of referred to it. But who knows? There might be a couple of press clippings taped to some mirrors in the locker room on game day. You never know. I wouldn't put it past him to remind his team that the reason he's got scars on his knees is because of the guys they're going to face this coming Saturday. So anyway, Scott, just some quick overall impressions of what you thought and how you thought Mickey did at his press conference today.
Yeah, that's a good question. Overall thoughts was I was impressed. The way he conducted himself, his demeanor, how he didn't make any rough and fluff, and he just got straight to the point with any question that he was asked, and didn't fall prey to any of the trap questions that he was asked. He handled it really well. Very calm, collected, not over the top, wasn't trying to make any bold statements or anything. He resonated with Husker Nation in his press conference, and especially in those comments that he just made about, the fan base. We've been through thick or thin together, and that his job as the head coach right now is to do his best to try and make right a few wrongs that we've experienced. Paraphrasing, of course, but that's essentially what I got from his press conference, which of course we're going to go into more clips. Here we've got quite a few of them, and it's going to be fun to discuss them. But my overall impression is I like the guy, and I really hope that it works out for him in the long run.
That was my impression too. I thought he was composed, very straightforward and to the point, and gloriously and perfectly unpolished. I love that about him. I love the fact that, and to be completely transparent, Scott Frost was about as unpolished as anybody could be in front of the media, but he also had a lot of bravado, and some saw it as arrogance, including myself, as I've looked back on things. Whereas I didn't sense that in Mickey. I sensed that in a guy that understands the weight of the responsibility that he has been laid on him. When he said right from the beginning, "There's this place is so much more important than I am." That's huge. That speaks volumes. So not that Scott didn't believe that, but I thought it was really, really poignant the way he answered a lot of the questions, especially some of the clips we're going to show here in a little bit were pretty cool. So for any of you who are watching that did not catch his press conference, most of the most important things that he said during the conference, we are going to share those with you. Not necessarily the question, but we'll at least give you what the information was he was given before he made his answer. So